Hi, hi, hi. Welcome to Whimsical Wednesday Live, here to support the child within to thrive. My name's lisalyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. I'm live an hour later than last night and about 10 minutes earlier than I anticipated. And the Rex is crying. How's everyone doing? It feels like tonight is really meant to be. Usually, Whimsical Wednesday are interactive, and tonight it feels like there is a message that wants to come through for the collective. And for each of us, when we say collective, hi, hi, hi. When we say collective, it's really about, there's a school of thought out there is no collective. There actually is. There is a collective. It's like the interweb. We're all interconnected, and this message is for everyone. So it's a universal message. I trust whenever you get it, there will be something here for you. I might have to go and deal with these dogs, and I do. Just one sec. Rex. Thank you. Good boy. Okay, so we're back. The message I've been receiving all day today is that this is for all of us where we are right now. And we're at this, it feels like a critical point for all of us to break free. And that means living authentically as God intended, as Source intended for each of us to live and co-create. So, with that being said, let's get right into it. Actually, let me get back to the Palo Santo. So, how's everyone doing today? Hey, Kiva, welcome. How's everyone doing today? It's a more settled energy, less wobbly than yesterday, and I feel like that really is indicative of our ability to show up for ourselves. So, how are you feeling today? Congratulations! Congratulations! All right. So at this time, I'd like to just ask that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine to support the beautiful child of light inside to thrive. So we are going to get right into it. Yeah, so for anyone who's new, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Tonight is about the collective inner child. This is some messages of love, support, and encouragement for the child within, for the adult that is you, to allow the child within to come out and play and lead the way, restoring righteousness to this planetary realm. For all children, not just some, all children, including all of us, right? Because we're still children of someone, God. Oh, this is so beautiful. We have the whale teaching, which is the first card out, and whale is like the soul's song that wants to be sung here in this lifetime. And as we each learn to sing our own song again, it's like a radar. It's like a radar, like a sonar energetic that goes out and calls more of our soul family in. So this is so beautiful. This is ancient. And it feels like, whales swim at deep depths within the ocean, and it feels like there's the treasure there. Most of us fear going into our own inner waters, the emotional space in our body, the space between our hips. A lot of people freely go there, to engage sexually. And yet that is really perpetuating wounds that already exist. Oh my gosh. As I'm saying that, this comes out, and this is our key to freedom, is healing the emotional waters within. And so as we allow our emotions to come to the forefront, it's about our ability to create balance in what may be some, rough waters. The message I kept receiving today was resilience, restoration, renewal, and rebirth. And so, and resources, resourceful. Yeah, that was the second word. I added all these words, and it was resilient, resilient and resourceful. And then it was renewal, restoration, and rebirth. So the whale is here encouraging us to sing our soul song. As Dawn was saying, we're needing our pods. We are family. Thank you all for being here. We are family. We are family. All of us. Yes, we are. You best believe. And, whale teaching is a number 7. And 7 is the physical body for me, anyways. It's the physical body. And it's about the chakras for beginners, all of us here in skin at this time. It's like we are here to begin that awakening process within the skin through these energetic centers in our body. And this is what connects us to the essence of source that lives within, and then connects us to the causal body of God that connects us all, that agape love. And then on this family of light card, this is so perfect. We have the what will I say, student, us, you and I, sitting here in meditation, contemplation, awakening through our chakras. And as we do this, our journey is overseen by a team of light assigned to us. And some of the team of light are assigned specifically to us, like our guardian angels. And perhaps we have loved ones in spirit who support and encourage and guide us along the way. And then we have our shared, the collective family of light that, work with all of us, whether it's Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, the winged wise ones, the bird messengers, the divine mother. So here we have, it says depth of experience and healing, teacher and mentor, share wisdom. On this card, this is perfect. It's the healed inner child who becomes the magician, who becomes the imaginative, fantastical co-creator with the divine in this lifetime. And the child is protected to authentically show up in the world. And in fact, that is where we are. We're at this point where we're all being asked to authentically show up. So here, healed inner child, create inner safety and self-kindness. Absolutely. This is so perfect. And then here, the number 11, the master's path, trusting the signs, the guidance, the innate and ancient wisdom. Remember the message for the Virgo full moon, the most recent full moon, which was a total lunar eclipse and a blood moon. The message was ancient wisdom, modern mystic, simply spiritual. And so these are messages of encouragement. Keep going. And remember, we're in this window of time where we are being called to journey inside. Mercury is retrograde. Venus is also retrograde. So, tomorrow I witnessed the final sunset of winter tonight. It was a chemical laden sky. Nonetheless, the sun did set. Electronica mom. Electronic mom. Hello from Michigan. I'm here in a southern Ontario, Canada. So welcome. Nice to have you here. Tonight's message, it's normally Whimsical Wednesday is normally interactive messages to support the inner child with to thrive. Tonight, I was really strongly guided to do collective messages because we're in the right now, although these are timeless, we are in the eclipse corridor, if you will. Yeah, what a joy to have someone new here. If you say joy again, I may bust out into song. Yeah, nice, Dawn. Okay, so within this window, remember, we are being asked. So tomorrow is the first day of spring, like the birth of the true new year, or we're getting close, right? This year, I'm really feeling it's like the Easter, and it's the birth of the consciousness of the Christ. I'm not going to share it tonight, but I was guided. I did receive a channeled message earlier today, starting with those words, resilience, resourceful, and then it went on from there. And it was really about the reawakening, the rebirth of the light of Christ through our individualized experience. So for most here, although I did look at my analytics and it's about 50% women and 50% men, so they say, that watches this channel. So that's a pretty balanced energy. I was actually pleasantly surprised by that, because what that means, ladies, is that the masculine is matching the vibration. We've been at this, it was 1221 there. Hey, Frank, he always has to get in on things. So 6 years today, 6 years and 1 season since Frank transitioned. But like what I'm trying to say is, this is really about us balancing, us ladies and you men, balancing the polarities within and coming to that center line, the balance point, so that we can nurture that child within who wants to live authentically, who wants to share their gifts with the world, who wants to sing and dance and play and co-create, living joyfully, right? That's what we're here for, not all this other nonsense. And let's see, we may go back to there, but they're asking me to go to the Oceanic Tarot and see if we can get 3 cards to line up with these. So we have the Whale Teachings, Ancient Wisdom Resurfacing Within Our Experience. Yeah, hooray for the Divine Masculine. We oh my gosh, the Lovers. So beautiful. It's the choice point, right? It's the choice point. And many of you here have been choosing for a long time to do the inner work. So my goodness, thank you so much. Thank you so much, because sometimes it can feel as if we're alone, right? It feels like Dawn was saying, we're looking for our soul tribe. We're looking for our pod, the wolf pack. To be one within the pack. We're tired of the lone wolf energy and this kind of nonsense, right? Gossip and this energy lacks integrity, authenticity, right? Why do humans do that? HUE? Why do we do that? Because then if we partake in this kind of nonsense, we're contributing to the insanity that's run rampant on this planet. And we're the Queen of Cups. We're the Queen of Cups, awaiting the arrival of the divine counterpart, so that we can not only co-create with spirit, We can begin the co-creation process in unity and in union with the other. Right? Yes, we're adept. We're masters. We're all masters of going it alone. Oh, we're so strong. You know, honestly, at this stage of life, I can tell you, we're talking about all the R words. Wait for it. Wait for it. At this stage of life, honestly, I don't really want to go it alone, right? I like so many here, I'm hoping for the soul family to reunite. And what is going to create the reunion is our ability to regulate our own nervous system, right? And stay calm and peaceful in a world that wants us amped up. They want us in the sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight, right? This divisive energy. It's not good. It's not healthy. And we are at a point of recovery. And so this is almost like our permission card. Um, yeah, this is like our permission card to use this time to rest, renew, restore. This is perfect Mercury retrograde energy, right? And with Venus retrograde, there's a feeling of um, reminiscing, another R word. There's a feeling of reminiscing. Oh, look, we've got not a match, but, like we've got the King of Swords to the Queen of Cups. And the King of Swords is like that emperor energy I'm feeling with him tonight. Like leadership, knows his role in this life. And it's to rise up and support the restoration of the balance of the alpha and omega, the divine feminine and masculine, the Magdalene to the Christ. And so what's the choice? And the Lover's card is that 6 energy. And if you if you know me, 6 is what are we supposed to say what are we supposed to remember when we see the 6? We're here to flip the script. We're here to restore righteousness on this planetary realm, to have the experience of heaven on earth. And perhaps that experience is a regulated nervous system. And so let's begin there. That's like back to the basics, right? Let's begin to regulate our nervous system. Let's begin to make choices. Look at this. Let's begin to make choices and decisions that support the regulation of the nervous system. This is too much. They're on point tonight. So why are we doing all of this? What is the gift? What is the worth of the child of light that lives within you and I? What is that? Wish fulfillment. Wish fulfillment, the 9 of Cups. And so this is what we are moving toward. This is the reward for, and the message I'm receiving is we may not even see what's coming. We probably don't see what's coming for us. And, when we can't see what's coming, it's almost like sometimes we want to give up hope. And that would be to give up on ourselves. And that would be to give up on God, source, right? So this is our guaranteed outcome. And our path is filled with abundant opportunities right here and now, if we are willing to make the changes and to get out of this energy of competition and conflict. And, it's not about competition with each other. Yeah, okay, if we're athletes or if we're in a dance off or something, that's a competition. But day-to-day life is not a competition. What we are meant to do in this world is not a competition. Our key to freedom is getting over ourselves, getting out of our head, getting over ourselves, healing that inner child, allowing that child to come out and play. Today I went to visit my friend in the seniors home. And when I walked in, there's this beautiful lady who sits at his table, and she's really warmed up to me over the last, 6 months or so since he's been in there and I've been visiting there. And today when I walked in, she was the first person I saw, and I went right over to her. Her face lit up, went right over, gave her a great big hug, and we chatted for a bit. And then I went and had a visit, and then I sat with them while they ate their lunch today. And you know what I was thinking? The thought came to me while I was in there is what a beautiful idea it would be is to put childcare centers at the ground level of these long-term care facilities where the children get to interact with the residents. And I know people will say, oh, disease and all this. Hey, the elderly and children, they're magnets for, what do I want to say, germs and stuff. We don't have to make it a big scary thing. It would certainly be a lot healthier for the children to spend and engage with elders. There's so much to learn on both ends. I mean, the seniors at the table today were all like nodding their head in agreement, like thinking about how much fun that would be. And what a beautiful I don't know, enhancement to society, because we're so disconnected these days, and especially from the different phases and cycles in our life, right? So I don't know, it was just a beautiful thought. I thought it was beautiful. So let's see what the guidebook says here. So the first card out was the whale teaching, and the 3 cards that came out first are from this book. It's an 88 card deck, and it's used for every Whimsical Wednesday offering. Oh, okay. So let's see where the whale teaching is. I opened it up first to another number 7 card, the Starchild, the Star Children. That's us. And as I was spending time with my friend today, Uncle Mickey, Mr. White there, we were talking about, and what came into mind was the Last Supper and the image of the Last Supper. And I'm not sure how many of you have seen that, where they put the planets over the apostles or disciples, and over Yeshua, our brother, is the sun, like the star in the sky. And so, Uncle Mickey, who wrote this book, it's excellent. And I strongly agree with a lot of, his wisdom that was shared. And so one of the things that came through, as I was saying, we are so impacted by what goes on in the heavens, the night sky. We are very much impacted about this, and yet there's very little thought given to it. It's kind of made like it's entertainment, right? Oh, go read your horoscope and whatever, and it's just fluff and garbage. Yet when we really begin to connect with astrology and what goes on in the sky and the planetary alignments and the retrogrades and so forth, it so lines up and it's so supportive to us. And I said to Mr. White today, it's like we're, look up at the sky and connect the dots. The original dot to dot is in the night sky, if you're fortunate enough to see it. And so this whale teaching card says to us, and it's, I'm really feeling it's almost like this whale is about to breach the surface, and bring through their unique language of light, the language of love, because we are each a piece of sacred geometry, Creator's creation, and we are surrounded in this embrace of unconditional love, which supports our healing, which supports our soul, our inner fire to come online and guide us passionately forward. So whale teaching says depth of experience and healing, teacher, mentor, share your wisdom, deep emotions, healing, you are supported and guided. And here's our affirmation for this card. Or there's 2 affirmations here. I attune with the whale and allow its wisdom and magical knowing to touch my heart. I go beyond my comfort zone and stand tall, sharing the love that sustains. And what is the love that sustains us all? What is that kind of love? It's the agape kind of love. It's God's love. It's a parent's love for their children. So let's see what the message is here. Divine love. Yeah, that's what we are. And we are healing. And some of us have healed the inner child. And now that child is about to breach and share their wisdom, their heart, their gifts with the world, because it is the wish fulfillment. And for some, it feels like for a lot of us, there is a reunion of souls, based on choices. Again, each of us, the divine feminine and masculine, are called to open and to take a stand and go in the direction we're being led, right? And of course, choices in the solar resides in the solar plexus, right? That's the home of free will choice. It's the home of ego, and it's also the space in which spirit wants to guide us via our gut instincts, our inner knowing, those things that we know that we don't know how we know. We didn't read it in a book. Knowledge comes from books, not wisdom. Wisdom comes from healing the inner trauma and pain that we've experienced. Then we uncover and rediscover the innate wisdom that has always lived within the experience. And the child holds the key. And we are the child that holds the key. And we are also the gatekeeper that, keeps the gate locked and closed. It's a choice, heart over mind, right? And that's why many people bow their heads to pray. So let's see what the key to freedom is here. Is that from? Yeah, the key to your freedom. Healed inner child. Create inner safety. Be kind to yourself. Balance. I let go of the past as light and love floods my whole being. I am home. Oh my gosh. That my writing today, it's outside on the table. The final thing that what came out was welcome home. That was the final thing that I wrote. Welcome home. Wow. I am home. We are home. The love that I am as part the love that I am as part of the creator is bringing me and my inner child back to truth. Yes, the agape love. You've always been good enough. We've always been good enough. And it's like we're being guided back to that point of impact, that point in this life where something was said or done that traumatized and activated the sympathetic nervous system, right? We're here to calm our central nervous system. It's so critical. So finally, let's see what the family of light message is. So pay attention. Today, for the first time in a long time, I made a post on Facebook with all the screenshots of the different times. Like every time I pick up my phone, it's always like 222, 111, 1111, 544, 344. It's always one of those. And for the first time in a long time today, I made a post with all of those that I had screenshotted in recent weeks, and with the message that we're always guided and supported. And it's up to us to pay attention to the signs that we're receiving, and because they're supporting our awakening. And what the world needs now, yes, love, sweet love. We also need all of us to step up onto the path of divine responsibility and authentically show up in the world, share our heart, because our hearts are truly the most beautiful part of ourselves. Beauty, whether we have a beautiful face or any of that other stuff, it all fades. And yet the beauty of the heart grows and continues to support our glow up. And it feels like, there is this opportunity for a big glow up, but I feel the glow up, yet I feel the glow up comes around the time of Easter this year, which is on 420, which is frigging hilarious. It's frigging hilarious. And yet there's also, everything is medicine. It feels important to say this today. Everything is medicine. All plants are medicine. At this stage of our development, particularly here in Canada, I'm not sure how it is in other places, but here in Canada, you can basically, any corner, you can drive a block and there's going to be a weed shop on the corner, a dispensary. And I believe all these dispensaries, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe all the dispensaries are supplied by the government. I don't know. I could be wrong about that. I don't feel I'm wrong about that because the government wouldn't have legalized it if they couldn't have had their hands in deep, deep pockets. And so these days, medicine is being overused for those who self-medicate. For many, especially the younger generation, it's being overused. And again, it's been a tool for them. Yeah. So a government approved grower is likely, working with government seeds or government plants or, government chemicals to spray the crops and stuff. So I'm just saying, it's like, the insidious nature of dark has infiltrated all aspects of life. And so, if you're still watching this, if you're guided to anything I share here, a part of your role in this lifetime is to flip the script, to heal in yourself, and then to begin to share, because the children at this stage of the game, there has been such a failure. We have failed the children, and perhaps we were failed as children, and our parents were failed as children, and on and on. And so for you and I'm here to heal through my lineage, through the bloodline, the DNA, and you're meant to do the same for your bloodline. And then we come together and we begin to share the ways that we heal and ways that we have healed. And then we begin to guide the children back to the earth simply by, the first step is taking their socks and shoes off and placing their little toes upon the body of Mother Earth and feeling the delight of the earth under our feet, and how supported we are by the ground beneath our feet. And, I guess the whole self-medication thing I was speaking of there was really getting to, like, if you really want to work with medicine and plant-based medicine, perhaps growing your own and getting a feel for, watching that plant grow. And then, perhaps the medicine will be stronger and homegrown than, the high THC level and other chemicals they're spraying on the dispensary stuff. That's just my 2 cents. And I think that's my 2 cents because in recent days, I've heard, the F word, the bad drug F word. Yeah, the one we can't say. Sounds like fentanyl. Anyways, I have recently heard that it has made its way into vapes. So if you're a vapor, like I said, the dark energies, the nefarious energies, the patriarch that is dying out. It's in the death throes. Remember, that was a message that came through, the death throes. It's dying out. And as it does, it's acting up. So be mindful, discernment. So the family of light messages, signs, guidance, innate and ancient wisdom, new blessings, and divine initiations. Here are some of the number codes to pay attention. 1111, 1234, 1234, 2222, 4444. I allow the angels to speak to me through the numbers on the clock and in many other ways. So pay attention. And if you want to look it up, or just begin to open up the lines of communication with your crew. I open my mind, expand my vision, and receive the light and love of my divine family. So, dear siblings of light, I feel like there was a lot here tonight, perhaps at times a little bit disjointed. Remember, though, we are in the wobble. We are learning to sing our soul song again. The whale is teaching us this. Our key to freedom is healing the child who has lived within the entirety of the experience. The divine feminine and masculine are rising in unison, preparing for divine union. Sitting on your throne, Queen. Emotional balance is where it's at. And we are here to clear any of this low vibey gossip, competition, conflict energy, because we are here for our wish fulfillment, our heart's desire. And there is plenty of opportunity at our doorstep at this time. So, with that being said, I'm going to go roll out my yoga mat, and I'm sending you wave upon wave of love, light, respect, and gratitude from the joyful child who lives within this experience to the joyful child who lives within yours. We can do this. We're doing it. Thank you so much for your bravery. I see you, I feel you, and I honor your journey in this lifetime. And thank you so much for sharing some time and space with me today. Until next time, everyone, good night. Thanks for being here. I love you all. We'll see you again tomorrow. Coffee time. Coffee time with Lisa. Not sure, 10:10 or 11:11, something like that. Until then, take good care.